You hear that? That's the awkward silence of a family dinner after you just got caught vaping. Most vapes contain high levels of nicotine and disappointment. Brought to you by The Real Cost and the FDA.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode, if I sound annoyed, it's because I am. Been sitting here for a few hours now, trying to just add new fans to my PC, and it seems like the more I find new things to add to my PC, it seems like the more challenging it is. When it shouldn't even be challenging at all. Because that's what confuses me from these like companies that make this crap, is that they're not making it like average person friendly. Like, I'm not no tech science, I'm not no computer enthusiast, I am an average person. So when they do all these different things to, PC, where they add all these, like, you gotta go out and get RAM, you gotta get a graphics card, a processor, and all this stuff. Like, yeah, it may sound like I'm complaining, but at the same time, you have to understand that the average person that's buying this is most likely going to have to watch YouTube tutorials, read, man. And what's really annoying is, like, when you get manuals and they don't explain, like, they have it there, but they don't explain how is this fan supposed to get added? What parts is this supposed to get added to? Like, they just assume, like, okay, well, if you made it this far, like, you know what you're doing. No, there's people that most likely they install fans because they want newer looking fans on their computer. They might have fans on their computer where it doesn't light up, so they add fans on their computer that do light up. Like, I'm confused because I'm like, who do they think are buying these computers? It's literally gamers. When you go out and buy a gaming PC, it's a gamer. It ain't like it's the military or freaking whoever it is that they think is buying it, but it's literally a person that just wants to play a video game. That's it. So I'm confused by how is it that these console people like the Xboxes and the PlayStations, how is it that Microsoft and Sony, they know what a gamer wants? They put the highest of the highest, they put the best gear that they possibly can in their Xbox and PlayStation. Why is it that these gaming computer companies, they can't do the same thing? Why is it that a person has to sit down constantly, add new parts? Because the amount of money, and then all the different parts that I've had to add to my gaming PC, it has been more stressful than sitting down and just playing a video game. I'm saying, like, so first thing I had to buy when I very first got my gaming PC, and it was something that a friend of mine's told me that I had to get new RAM because I'm going to be streaming and all that stuff. So go out, get me some new RAM. Seemed like everything was working perfectly fine. Play some video games. The graphics doesn't work too well on those particular games. So what do? I go out and get me a new graphics card. And then there's games saying that, oh, you're going to need a better processor to play this game. So I go out and get me a better processor. Two processors. And then I had another graphics card, but it wasn't no difference. It's still, games were messing up. So now it then led me all the way back to, or not back, but it led me all the way to where now you need new fans. So today, go out, get me some new fans. Now the computer won't even turn on. And that's what upsets me, is like, all I'm trying to do is just stream and play a video game. That's it. That's all that I want to do. Why is there so many extra things that come with doing that? And it's like, the weird thing about it is that I haven't unplugged nothing. I haven't done nothing to alter what my PC was doing prior beforehand. Now all of a sudden it doesn't turn on. I'm telling you, it's stuff like that that makes a person not even want to, like, continue. Like, I never had, like, the only issues that I had to say I had when I was streaming console games was the connection issue. Bro, if I could just figure out, like, how to prevent my computer from, like, just having a connection issue, I would stream off of my console 24/7. Because I'm telling you, having a gaming PC, it makes no sense. No sense at all on why all these issues have to happen, and all you trying to do is just one thing. That's it. Play video games. That's it. I'm like, bruh, then having it where it's like one of my friends told me, it's like, oh, well, if you want to stream and stuff, you have to go out and get 2 PCs. Why does a person need 2 PCs? See, I'm telling you, it's stuff like that where it's like, yeah, I honestly, if there's a day where I just go back to streaming off of a console, I'm telling you, like, that's where I need to be at. Because I'm like, I did not have this many issues. Like I said, only issues I had were connection issues. But having it where it's like, bruh, I can't even do my job. Like, literally, I for the past few days, only being able to, like, stream for, like, 5 to 15 minutes. Because games don't want to load properly. And it confuses me because I'm like, why is it that the same games that we play on either an Xbox or a PlayStation, why can that not be the same game that I'm playing on PC? Why do I have to? I'm telling you, it's a lot of people out here with jobs that have no idea what they're doing. And the fact that it takes an average, not somebody, the fact that it's an average person, they make it seem like these are the easiest things to do. It's not. I'm going to tell you that right now. Processors, graphics cards, all that stuff. Because so here's the thing with a graphics card. So with a graphics card, so let's say the graphics card it's heating up or it's just doing something stupid. Now you gotta take the graphics card apart. No, there's this video game called PC Building Simulator, and it shows you a lot of different things. The fact that you gotta take a graphics card apart, the fact that you gotta just do all these different things, and all computers aren't built the same, so you gotta make sure you get whatever parts you're trying to get for the computer that you have. I'm telling you, man, honestly, it's not worth it buying a gaming PC. Like, if anybody is wondering, hey, should I go out and buy me a gaming PC right now? No, you shouldn't. Because the amount of issues that I've had all within a year, bro, just 1 year. It has been exactly 1 year since I've had my gaming PC. And the amount of issues I've had just by upgrading it, bro. Just by upgrading it. And that's what confuses me. It's like you're upgrading it. It's not like you're putting old parts in a new computer. You're putting the stuff that has been on the shelf. It like not like back of the storage. It ain't like stuff that you're having to buy online, like things that came out years ago. These are new things. You mean to tell me adding new things to my gaming PC, it's gonna cause it to not work? You know what? Nah, man. It's there. Like I said, there are people in this world where this is like their quote unquote specialty. They need to be fired. They honestly, they need to be fired. To the people out there that build these difficult gaming computers where it's like you have to keep constantly adding parts and adding parts. And partially, some of the blame has to go on these game developers where it's like you make these high-end games that people are only going to play for maybe a couple of months. And it's like, no, all this extra stuff that needs to be done no, there is no reason for that. Games were doing how games were back in the day. And I'm like, that's the games. And it's messed up where it's like those would be the games. Well, you'll have no issues, no graphic issues, no processing issues. You don't have no issues with an old game, but you let it be a game that just came out a few days ago. Oh, you gotta go out and you gotta upgrade your PC more. The amount of times that I have seen people where they have to go out and get new parts for their computer. I mean, honestly, and to the people out there that just go out and just buy a brand new computer, kudos to you. Kudos to you. The fact that you're like, I'm not even going to give this computer the time of the day. I'm just going to most likely sell it to some company that wants to take it off of my hands, take the parts, either recycle it or put it in another computer. But the fact that there are people in this world where they're like, I'm just going to go out and just buy it. No, I was that at one point in time. But I'm like, you know what? No, let me learn something new. It honestly doesn't pay off learning something new. It doesn't. Because I'm like, all that I've learned with adding fans, just fans. Like yesterday I added a new processor. I had less time with the processor than I did with the fan. And so what's messed up is that I know overall tonight, if I don't fix this issue with the fans, I'm not going to be able to stream. So it's like you do all of these different things just to have the long term, issue that you're not even able to do the one thing. And it's like all the money that you spent was the reason why, and you can't even do that one thing. Stream. For talking for myself at least. Yeah, I'm gonna just tell people this right now. It's you know what? Because they're putting Xboxes and PlayStations back in stores and stuff. It's best to just go out and just get you a new Xbox or PlayStation. But overall, just going and getting a gaming PC, it's not worth it unless it's like top of the line, like one of the RTX like 40, 70, 80, 90, whatever those graphics cards are called. Best processor on the market. Like it has all like the best of the best gear. And what's even that's the crazy thing about it is like in a few months they're just gonna announce, oh, brand new processor, brand new graphics card, oh, fans that fan even faster now. Like it's just they do too much. And I'm like, bro, y'all need to be like on Xbox and PlayStation time. Come out with this stuff years down the road so a person can save their money. A person ain't having to go out and do all this extra stuff. They can just sit down, play a video game, relax. That's it. But it's like, I'm telling you, they make like they charge all this money for a gaming PC that can't just do one simple thing. That's just play a video game. So and it's crazy where it's like, you can go out and buy a $400, $500 Xbox, PlayStation, and you can play whatever game you want to play. No issues, no graphic issues, no processing issues, no glitching issues. The fact that there are games, speaking on Call of Duty, there are games where they don't even start up for some people's PCs. Xbox or PlayStation, no issues. Why is that? What's being added in these gaming computers where they just overall stop working after a while? Bro, a year, man. It's like, it hasn't even been like, it's been 10 years. Bro, the fact that there's probably Game Boy Advances, there's probably Apple computers that came out back when we were in elementary, there's probably iPhones that came out when we were in middle school and high school. The fact that those things can still work to this day, but you have some computers out there where they can't even last a year. 1 year, bro. I've had gaming laptops that have lasted less than a year. I've had phones that have lasted, and it's the tech, I'm telling you, technology nowadays is stupid. Like, there's some where they can get the job done right, but there's some people out there where it's like I say, y'all need to be fired. Like, honestly, whoever works at CyberPower, that's the brand of the computer that I would buy, or that, that I bought and stuff. Whoever works for CyberPower PC, y'all need to be fired. Like, whoever worked on those the white and black PCs that came out last year, like, or whatever the name is supposed to be, but, like, no, seriously, somebody at CyberPower PC needs to be fired. Because it's like, you have no idea what you're adding into a computer. You want to add parts where it's like, bro, eventually, not even eventually, as soon as a person goes out and buys a computer, they're having to go and get a new part. Literally, what was it? I think it was either the day of or the next day, I had to go out and get new RAM for this computer. Literally, like either the same day or the day after. And then after that, graphics card, processor, other RAM, new graphics card, another processor. Now and then led to all the way to fan, and it's like, bro, it's just, there's just people out there where it's like, and honestly, I do not, like, there's people, it's funny how, like, at one point in time, right, where getting a gaming PC, like, that was the move. Like, if you wanted to get better at video games, that was the move. The fact that consoles, talking on Xbox, PlayStation, even so much as Nintendo Switches, bro, where it's like, now you're gonna have, and maybe that could be the case, where it's like these things get overhyped, and then these people feel like, oh, all I gotta just do is just halfway do the job, and I ain't gotta do things correctly, and then people are having to go out, and the fact that you're having to go out and do these people, their job for them, where it's like, I'm the one that's having to put new parts in the computer, not the company themselves. They're not trying to develop these parts or whatever, but it's like, no, the fact that I'm having to spend thousands, not just hundreds, thousands of dollars just to ensure that I can play whatever new game is coming out when there's just Xboxes and PlayStations where it's like all you just gotta do is just buy the disc or just buy the game, whatever. You ain't gotta add no new parts, none of that stuff. You can play that game all the way up until they announce the next Xbox or PlayStation. And then the fact that they have it where they'll come out with the next Xbox or PlayStation and it works, it seems like that the game will work even better. And it already works okay. It works good when you get the... I'm like, man, you know what? Eventually, it's going to get to a point in time, though, where I do feel like that Xboxes and PlayStations, they are going to get more advanced because they know the competition that comes with, like, getting a gaming PC versus console. So, shout out to Microsoft and Sony for doing good with the PlayStations and the Xbox. I have both. And honestly, I feel like I don't give Microsoft and Sony enough credit for what they have done with the Xbox and the PlayStation. I mean, you have it where there's like loading screens that barely exist. You have games that like will play at a refresh rate of just freaking amazing. And here it is with a gaming PC, you're having to constantly check to see, okay, is this refresh rate? You had like the fact that I have to check to just see if a game works on my PC. When Xbox or PlayStation, it's like if you see this game on the shelf in store for either an Xbox Series X or S, with S, it's the digital. But if you see this game that's on the shelves or in the store for either Xbox or PlayStation, that game is going to work. And if it doesn't work, it is a development issue. It's just, not even so much as like it's confusing. It's just confusing, like not so much as like adding the parts in. It's just confusing when the parts don't do its job. It's stupid, man. There's some people out there where it's like, you guys, obviously, education ain't your strong suit. Like, hey, I don't know what it is, but it's like, you guys, man, there's just people, like I said, there's just people out here that they need to get fired because they don't know what they're doing, so... Anyways, and it's like, I can't, all my, like, the videos, freaking, other podcast episodes, all my stuff is on this computer, and it acts like it don't want to turn on. I'm telling you, man, it's just, there's people out there where it's like, I don't want to, say like violence is the answer, but at times I just think that these guys need to see a tad, not a whole lot, but just a little bit of violence to just say, oh, well, this is an eye-opener. Maybe I need to do my job correctly. I'm telling you, man, it's just, there's people out there, it's like I said, violence ain't the answer, them getting fired, and them, struggling like the rest of the world. Maybe that's what they need to deal with in order to actually get a clearer picture of how things need to work properly. But anyways, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.